Hey, folks, and welcome back to Flightline Briefing, the podcast where we make serious aviation stuff seriously understandable. I'm your host today, and we're diving into something, well, emergency level important. We're talking about the brand new emergency response plan, the thing you hope you'll never need, but absolutely have to get right. And lucky for us, I've got someone with me who knows it inside and out. Jeff, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. Always good to talk about something critical before it becomes critical.
Let's start with the basics. What's the idea behind this new emergency response plan? What changed?
The Emergency Response Plan 2025 is a structured, practical update that reflects our current operational scope. It applies to AOC, NCC, and NCO flights. We decoupled the tools from the core plan. The checklists, contact lists, and RCC references are now in Appendix Bravo. That makes updates easier.
So the emergency response plan is the aircraft, and Appendix Bravo is the nav database we can keep up to date?
Exactly. Appendix Bravo was stored offline, version controlled, and protected against edits.
Let's talk activation. What kind of situation sets off the emergency response plan alarm?
Anything that compromises safety, compliance, or our reputation. That includes accidents, medical issues, detentions, overdue flights, or cyber threats.
WhatsApp. I like that. Effective and encrypted.
Whoever receives the alert, usually dispatch, initiates the emergency response plan and alerts the emergency response team via secure WhatsApp. Right. And if someone doesn't respond, we follow up by phone. Everything gets logged in the communication log.
Speaking of the team, who's who in the emergency response team?
The core emergency response team consists of the accountable manager, the nominated person flight operations, the safety manager, and myself as compliance monitoring manager. Others join as needed. If the accountable manager is unavailable, a deputy is assigned.
If someone in the emergency response team is personally affected, say emotionally compromised, what happens?
They step back. That's our rule. We always have alternates ready to preserve functional integrity.
Say I'm flying and something serious happens. What do I do as pilot?
Aviate, navigate, communicate, notify dispatch via SATCOM or relay. Do not speak to media. If there's a risk of voice or data loss, consider pulling the CVRF-DR breakers, according to internal guidance.
Understood. And back on the ground?
Dispatch confirms the facts, notifies the team, opens the log, contacts CareLink, and collects key data, weight and balance, flight plan, last known position, and comms history. FOCA is notified if required.
Let's talk about the quick reference guides.
We have 2 digital quick reference guides, one for the cockpit, one for dispatch. They're reviewed after drills or real events.
What about the checklists?
3 key checklists: external reporter, internal reporter, and bomb threat. Used handwritten first, then archived properly.
Makes sense. Speed first, then documentation.
Exactly.
And when is the emergency response plan officially closed?
The emergency response team leader officially ends the ERP. Appendix Bravo includes a structured checklist for the closing phase, confirming completeness, stability, and readiness before debrief and archiving.
What exactly is covered in Appendix Bravo?
Appendix Bravo holds checklists, contact lists, log templates, and RCC reference info, like survival gear, ELTs, locator systems. Live data, like last known position or dangerous goods, come from tracking and documentation.
And one more thing. I noticed the first page of Appendix Bravo has these quick links. Are those as helpful as they look?
And yes, those quick links on the first page of Appendix Bravo are no gimmick. They're there so users can jump straight into the action without thinking twice. You usually start with one of the three main checklists: external, internal, or bomb threat. And from there, the document guides you logically. One click takes you to the quick reference checklist, which then leads to the contact list or the communication log, and back if needed. It's fast, clean, and reliable, especially under pressure.
And before we wrap, what's the rule when it comes to media? Who speaks for the operation?
The PDF lives on the dispatch desktop, not in web manuals, but right there on the screen. It's meant to be accessible even if systems are down. That's why we designed it like that. And regarding media, no one speaks to the press, posts, or shares anything, not even well-meaning updates. All external communication is decided and approved by the emergency response team leader. Timing, content, and spokesperson, all centralized. It's about control, consistency, and protecting people.
Jeff, if our listeners remember just one thing from today, what should it be?
If you receive a message that could trigger the emergency response plan, activate it immediately. Appendix Bravo will guide your next actions. It only works if we follow it. Anytime, Jack.
That's crystal clear. Jeff, thanks for the depth and clarity. That's it for today's Flightline briefing. Stay safe, stay sharp, and know where your emergency response plan and Appendix Bravo live. See you next time.